official scorekeeper for the match. And if you want to introduce yourself.
Yep, and I'm Matthew, and I'm very excited to be your moderator for this finals. The format is the same format that was used for the semifinals, but just to clarify, you can get 6, 5, 4, 3, -2, or -1 points. So to get 6, 5, or 4 points, that means you've gotten the question correct at some point during the paragraph. You get 3 points, you've got it correct at the end. If you interrupt the question and get it incorrect, you'll get -2 points. And if you interrupt the question and get it wrong at the end, it's -1 point. What this means is, anytime you buzz, your score will change. Everybody understands?
Yep. Okay, so we're keeping score up there. I have a score sheet up here. We're live streaming, just in case you have any family or friends at home that want to tune in. It's on the International Academic Competitions YouTube page. Let's get started. I want everyone to do a buzzer check just to make sure all the buzzers are working. So start over here. All right. Okay. All right. Any questions from anyone?
Okay. Oh, sorry, you have a question.
Good luck, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
So what's all competitors? And now we will start. Last year was good. Sweet. Okay. Question number 1. Fossils of these animals that were related to the similar-looking chasmosaurs were once falsely identified as ancient bison. These animals were hypothesized to be juvenile examples. That is correct for 6. Question number 2. This facility's neutral buoyancy laboratory is a large pool made to simulate EVA activities. This facility is situated on land donated by Humboldt Oil and Rice University. This facility can...
Kennedy Space Center?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect for -2. This facility contains an area named for Christopher C. Kraft Jr., where flights under the Skylab and Gemini programs were managed. The site of NASA's human spaceflight training and mission...
Houston Space?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect, -2. The site of NASA's human spaceflight training and mission control center is, for the points, what facility in Houston named after the 36th president? So this goes dead. I'm sorry, I called time on that. This goes dead. This is the Johnson Space Center. Question number 3. If this object's initial configuration is assigned randomly, there's only an 8% chance that this object is possible to complete. Ways of manipulating this object are denoted with the uppercase and lowercase letters F, B, U, D, L, and R. Variations of this object include the pyramids. Beginners for 5. Question number 4. The study of these anatomical features is called desmology. Artificial versions of these anatomical features, such as the LARs, are made from polymer materials and make use of intraosseous and intra-articular parts. These anatomical features, also called articular larvae, have forms that include capsular and cruciate. Distinct from tendons, these are...
Ligaments?
Ligaments is correct for 4.
Wait, yeah. We already had this question. We already had this.
Let us contact.
Yeah. Give us 1 second. Yeah, we don't write these, so don't shoot this.
You're in it. Question 4. Good job so far.
Yeah, just hang tight for a second. We have plenty of replacements. Just making sure.
It's okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Alright, there shouldn't be any more repeats in any of the others.
Okay, you check there.
Alright, we're gonna replace that question, so we're not counting that for anything. We're gonna replace it, pretend nothing happens, and open it everyone.
Everyone understands? Okay, replacement toss-up 4. River otters have been documented feeding at one of these non-river features by the Sant Inlet called the McKenzie. Early explorers defined these features as a body of water from which they could depart at a single tack. Scientists have studied the growth of the southern bluefin tuna population by one of these features called the Great Australian. I'm sorry, it's incorrect. And the eastern part of the Gulf of Guinea is one of these features named Bonny.
Bite?
That is correct for 4. Okay. Question number 5. A chart from the United Kingdom that lists these phenomena is divided into 3 columns of 13 rows that are marked by diamonds. These phenomena are the strongest during syzygy, a condition in which the 3 bodies are lined up. These phenomena...
It's yours.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Tides.
Tides is correct for 5. Okay. Question number 6. The enzyme DD-transpeptidase is inactivated by a class of these compounds that contain a 4-membered amide ring. Resistance to these compounds...
Antibodies?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. That is correct for 6. Question number 7. Types of this material that can be blown in the wind as dust are known as loess. This correct for 6. Question number 8. While working on the Hubbard Brook ecosystem study, Gene Likens discovered this phenomenon for the first time in North America. For 6. Question number 9. This program was the first to make pivot tables commercially available. Data in this program is the most commonly used source for making macros with the language Visual Basic for applications. Unlike a Google-based competitor, this program utilizes the freeze pane function rather than freezing columns and rows. This program's proprietary file type uses the .xls extension. For 4. And question number 10, after which we'll have a score check. This animal of family Culicidae has around 3,600 species whose early life stages are mainly aquatic, with eggs mostly laid in stagnant water. The saliva of this animal is able to reduce hemostasis for 6.
Let me just...
Just 1 second. So let's do the score check.
Just making
Score
sure.
check in order from first with the most points to lowest.
Yeah, if you want to just... They're correct.
I just want to say that though.
Big P -2, Naman M 14, BT 4, Rudra G 4, Kavan -2, Avi 20.
Okay. Cool. That we're going to continue. Question number 11. Formerly used in infrared prisms, this compound, which is used in the Kastner-Keller process, has been largely replaced in that role by zinc selenide. This compound forms soda ash in the Solvay. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. In the Solvay process, and it is the starting material in the chlor-alkali process. Only very polar solvents dissolve this compound, which melts at 801 degrees Celsius. That is correct. Yes, sodium chloride specifically. That grants 5 points. Question number 12. One of these ecosystems, named Loki's Castle, provided the best evidence.
Like hydrothermal vents.
Very good for 6. Question number 13. The moon Dione is in 1 to 2 orbital resonance with this other. I'm sorry, it's incorrect. With this other moon, which is named for a giant from Greek myth. Plumes on this cryovolcanic moon are responsible.
Titan.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Are responsible for a certain planet's.
Enceladus.
That is correct for 6. Oh.
Alright, well, we have to... We'll have to travel.
Yeah, I thought I adjudicated.
Yeah.
Very sorry about that.
Alright, guys, please be careful. Make sure that you're only answering when it's your buzz. So that means...
I think.
Alright, let me just ask real fast.
Let's just check.
We're just going to take one quick pause. We're going to throw out the question because of a blurting incident, but we need to just ensure if the players who lost their points get stat scrapped or if that also remains. Yeah, we're just
Just want to confirm.
we're like 95% sure we want to be 100.
Okay. So, the first two nicks from this most previous question count. So those two people are still nicks. I'm now going to read a replacement question. When I read this replacement question, because two people have already nigged, that means that the first buzz will kill the question. So if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, the question is killed. Yes?
It's for everyone who is not Avi or Ibrahim. So.
Okay. Everybody understands? Okay. Replacement question. One way to define enthalpy is as a Legendre transform of this other state function. The absolute temperature of an ideal gas is directly correlated with this quantity, which is equal.
Entropy.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. So the question is dead. The answer to this replacement was internal energy.
All right. So.
That's wrong.
Minus 2 and Ruja.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So now everyone is back in.
Cool. We proceed as normal. Question number 14. This is the most common condition caused by mutations to the DMD gene, the largest gene in the human genome. The Becker form of this condition is caused by X chromosome-linked non-frame-shifted mutations. And a type of this condition, which primarily affects males and originates in the pelvis and thighs, is named for Duchenne. For the point, name this genetic disorder, which causes progressive weakness of the skeletal. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Of the skeletal muscles. I'm sorry, that's incorrect for -1. Okay, and the question goes dead. This is muscular dystrophy. Question number 15. Otto Warburg discovered a process in which cancer cells obtain energy primarily through this process instead of phosphorylation. Fermentation consists of this process followed by regeneration of NAD+. That's correct for 5. Question number 16. The absence of these objects has been referred to by researchers as the immigration delay disease. A detection of these objects produces a dye called Ruhrmann's purple, when that dye's amino acids interact with a white organic compound called ninhydrin. The Henry classification system is used to sort characteristics of these objects, common patterns of which include loops, whorls, and arches. Further point named as unique human identifiers that are found at the perform. Question number 17. This 2nd century scientist distinguished between motor and sensory nerves as well as arterial and venous blood. This scientist showed that the voice comes from the larynx, and this scientist performed early cataract surgeries among other procedures. The treatise That the Best Physician is Also a Philosopher was written by... I'm sorry, that's incorrect. For the points, what Greek physician and medical researcher from Pergamon who improved upon the bodily humors theory of Hippocrates? That is correct for 3. Galen. Question number 18. In physics, the Deborah number represents the rate at which energy described by this adjective is stored or released. In cloud computing, this adjective describes the ease with which a service provider can scale resources up or down. In economics, the demand for a good described using this adjective will be sensitive to a change in price. For the points, name this 7-letter word, which describes a collision between 2...
In the last name?
I'm sorry?
The last name.
That is correct. For 4. Question number 19. The Heart and Soul nebulae are located near this constellation, which contains part of the Machae 1 group in the Virgo supercluster. A galaxy in this constellation, discovered by Lewis Swift, is the closest known starburst galaxy, IC10. The brightest star in this constellation is Shadar, and this constellation was the site of Tycho Brahe's supernova. For the points, I'm sorry. That is correct for 4. On to question number 20. Intensive care units that specialize in treating these injuries also treat Stevens-Johnson syndrome and TEN. Zones of ischemia surround the coagulation zone in these injuries, which is treated using split thickness grafts and debridement. The Parkland formula. I'm sorry. The Parkland formula calculates fluid requirements for treating these painful injuries. The severity of these injuries is represented by 1 of 3 degrees. For the burn is correct for 4. Yes, we'll do a score check now at 20.
Avik, -6, Naman, 16, Anvi, 6, Rudra, 3, Kavan, -2, and Avi, 37.
Okay. Good luck to all competitors. Question number 21. This chemical reaction is used by enzymes like amylase found in saliva, which breaks down starch into dextrins. The cleavage happening during this reaction can occur through various mechanisms, such as nucleophile substitution or elimination reactions, with a common fluid acting both as a solvent and as a reactant. For the points, name this double decomposition reaction, where a molecule of water breaks a chemical bond within another molecule. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. -1. And this question goes dead. This is hydrolysis. Question number 22. Unloading in this tissue is the movement of the namesake sap constituents, principally nutrients, signaling molecules, and water.
Xylem?
I'm sorry. Which can happen through the symplastic or the apoplastic. That is correct for 6. Question number 23. Observing the ultra-high energy variety of this phenomenon is the purpose of the Pierre Auger Observatory in Argentina. When this phenomenon interacts with the atmosphere, it produces large amounts of pions and muons. I'm sorry. Triggering its secondary type. This phenomenon was first discovered by observing ionizing radiation during balloon flights by Victor Hess. Further points in this extremely high energy beams of particles such as... That is correct for 4.
Can there be prompted?
So it's not in the answer line if you want to protest for a prompt. Okay. So you buzzed in when I said secondary type, if my memory is correct?
I actually don't remember.
Okay, I think it was secondary type. There's a couple words after some nuance, that's why I said it.
Yeah, I was thinking like the pilot and nuance.
Yep, okay, so.
I think he pressed an at in nuance.
Okay, we can just set that buzzword.
Secondary type had that, I think.
Okay, we'll do the buzzword as muons, and we're sending in the protest. We need to get it resolved now because protests and finals affect all of the movement, so we will let you know when we hear it. Two protests, same question. Different answer.
hang tight for a sec.
We're still hearing that. We're going to start from class 24, but first we need this community.
Should be really soon.
Okay, the protest has been denied, and so we're going to move forward like normal. Toss-up number 24. Everybody's ready? This element's 10 isotope is used in neutron capture therapy and experimental treatments of brain cancer. In September 2017, this chemical element was detected by the Curiosity rover in Mars's Gale crater, supporting the idea that the red planet is able to sustain life. I'm sorry, it's incorrect. With a unique ability to accept 3 electrons due to its vacant p orbital, this is, for the points, what metalloid with atomic number 5? Boron is correct for 4 points. Question number 25. The most recently discovered chemical element as of 2024 is a member of this group of the community. I'm sorry, it's incorrect.
Halogens.
Is it your voice? So sure. Yes, halogens is correct. I just couldn't see the light. That is for 6 points. Question number 26. Escape sequences in this language are marked with the ampersand character. The WG group focuses on this language, the 4th version of which was initially called Cougar. This language defines several different heading levels, and this language uses elements marked with tags like the paragraph tag, and those tags are written.
HTML.
That is correct. For 5 points. Going on to question number 27. Archimedes showed that the quadrature of this curve equals 4/3 of the area of a certain inscribed. That is correct for 6. Question number 28. Massive deposits of this substance were created in coal forests of the Permian, and this material can be the host of sphagnum moss. For 6. Question number 29. This region's energy and mass transfer is dominated by zonal flows over meridional flows. The 3-cell model describes the transmission of energy. For 6. It's all good. Okay, and into the last question. This scientist presented the world's first demonstration of color photography when Thomas Sutton took an image of a tartan ribbon. Partial differential equations usually named for this author of a dynamical theory of the electromagnetic field include Gauss's law, Ampere. That is correct for 5. Okay. So we need to read a replacement question. What's going to happen?
Is it fair for the person who actually buzzed and somebody answered?
Yes, because it was adjudicated before you gave your answer.
Okay.
So we don't, while we could believe you, that's what you would say, it's not.
But he's not in the second position because of that.
Okay.
What? No.
So we are following the protocol that's established by the organization. What happens in the case of a learning incident such as this is that we're going to read a replacement question. That's how it goes.
Before that is how
So
it was fair the first time, but not the second.
Okay, so we are going to read a replacement question.
We were doing it the literal exact same way that we did it the first time.
Even for the hidden protest, I can say.
So,
What
the last
time we did the exact same.
It is the exact same.
So there's no protests available for rules adjudication. This is the way that the rule set is written. You're being consistent with the application of these rules, and we are going to do so.
So I cannot touch anything.
It should be open.
I believe so.
Because there were no names on it.
Yes. So this is a fully open question. This is replacing the final question. Okay? Apologies for the confusion in this. Good luck to all competitors for our last question. Question number 30. These toxins block nicotinic acetylcholine receptors at the neuromuscular junction, preventing muscle contraction.
But we already had this one in the. Are you serious? Got to one you
All right. Well, thank you for telling us.
Where?
That was a replacing question.
Yeah. Is it?
No.
These stuff are
So this question you haven't heard, there'll be hard stopping because but because we already told you that it's not that, then we're just getting it ahead. Yeah, so none of the players heard this question, but because we lost, we're just gonna get a new one. But then this is not the question that you had heard previously. It is a different question, but to be extra safe, we're just gonna Jason is me.
Just to clarify, this question was not actually previously done, but because of the confusion associated with this, we just need to wait to get another replacement. Apologies.
Wait, so if you're getting another one,
I'm just gonna hold off on this, like, just like very much in case. I know, it's.
We're getting the question right now. All right. All right. We are opening it for everyone. We have it. Just give us one second. All right, we're gonna do hopefully one last question. We'll decide where the placements are. Apologies for.
Okay,
delays.
this is the final question. If you can adjudicate on the points just so that
Yes.
that would be appreciated. Okay, we have the question. We are ready to go. Everybody is eligible to buzz in on this question. This question.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
well, you can, but you.
Oh, sure. Everybody who is not yet gotten out.
Nobody is out, but I'm confused. Do not worry, nobody is out. Everyone can buzz in this question. I would just say.
Okay. Okay. We are going to read this question. This is the final question. Good luck to all competitors. In the context of mechanics, this scalar quantity can be expressed as the product of force and velocity, whereas in electromagnetism, it is calculated as voltage times current. The SI unit for this scalar quantity, power is correct. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us in this round. Congratulations to all competitors.
Very well played to all the players. Apologies again for various mix-ups, but we just had to go by.
Okay, so for the rankings, in first place we have Avi. Congratulations. In second place is Iman.